Campers, we made it. We made it through our first week of the Mocha Mommy Camp 2020, and I'm so glad that you guys are still hanging in there with me. I learned a lot of lessons this week that I cannot wait to share with you next week, which will be week 2. But today, day 5, we've got a bunch of different activities. I just wanted to quick plug the documentary Elephant on Disney Plus if you haven't seen it. The former Duchess, or maybe she's still the Duchess, Meghan Markle is the narrator for that documentary. It takes place in the Kalahari Desert in southern Africa, kind of sticking with our theme of Africa and the countries in Africa. It follows a family of elephants as they migrate. It is so good. As an adult, I was sitting on the edge of my seat. I will tell you as the parent that there are some touch and go moments where you're like, are they gonna show this for little kids? Just know that it's rated G, and if it's rated G, then you can use your imagination, kind of figure out how this is going to go. So that's just real quick. If you haven't checked it out, definitely give it a look. So today our read aloud is The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. Some questions that I was thinking about asking my children before we even got started on the book was to ask them, how would you feel if you were only able to eat one meal a day? Or what if we had no power? No televisions, no devices, no lights, no refrigerator, no Alexa. Like, how would you feel? What would you do instead? This story is about a little boy who built a simple machine and brought power to his village using the wind. The great thing about this book is that there is also a movie that aligns right with it on Netflix. So there is your movie for tonight. Look at that, winning! When you finish the movie, it's a great idea to compare and contrast where you live versus where William, the character in the book, lives. I'm going to link in here a site called Reading is Fundamental. The great thing about this site is that it has activities that follow the book. There are crossword puzzles, there's matching games, there's a bunch of different activities. Kids 4, 5, 6 years old and older, they would definitely be able to answer the compare and contrast. Just starting about all of the books this week is that they each have had some very clear differences that has made it super nice to have like conversations with even my 4-year-old about this week. For kids who are reluctant readers, there are some additional books that you can offer them this week. I did tell you about King Tut. The kids were reading Harriet Tubman, but the Magic Tree House books are also excellent. They're smaller books. It's about a brother and sister who travel back in time, and each book is different. So there's like a jungle one, there's a Egyptian one, there is a gorilla one. So we're wrapping up the week. I had my trusty planner with me the whole time. That's why I'm always looking down, like, what do we plan? We are finishing up our interviews with our grandparents. I would love to hear how your interviews went this week. Please comment below just so I can get an idea of like, was this a great idea? How did your family feel about it? We are continuing to use the science experiments in our science box. And today we are practicing cutting paper. Sounds like a simple enough skill, but that fine motor skill, that hand-eye coordination with the 4-year-old is still something he's developing, and he loves feeling that he is being independent. So I am going to let him cut. Well, we've come to the end of the week for Mommy Camp. It's a great idea this weekend to put those kids to work. I don't know if you have read Michelle Obama's book, Becoming. Well, but if you have, then you know that in the book, her mom always talks about not raising babies, that she's raising future adults. And so one of the things that I've tried over this COVID period is to instill more independence. I've created a checklist for the kids to be able to clean up their space and to help me out, build a little bit of independence while also taking responsibility for their stuff here in this house. They live here too. So for the bedroom, I always ask them to put all their clean clothes in the drawers. I help the 4-year-old. Obviously he can't do that, but my 8-year-old can definitely do that. Amazing to me the amount of toys that make their way to the bedroom floor. So I ask them to clean that up. Then the 3rd step is for them to clean off their nightstand. The 5th step is to make their bed. Of course I'm helping the 4-year-old and I help the 8-year-old as well. The 6th step is to take out the trash, and then finally we vacuum once the floor is clean. We kind of follow those same steps for cleaning up the living room. We want to make sure that the floor is cleared off. We clean and wipe down the tables. We dust the furniture. We sweep in our kitchen area. We vacuum. And then we arrange the pillows. We did this past week, and they are so proud of their work that they're more likely to clean up to keep that space clean. I plan to release a video that will outline everything you need for the whole week. I realize doing it day by day doesn't make the most sense. How can you actually plan for the week if every day you're getting the information? So I did a terrible job doing that this week, but on tomorrow I'm going to release the video for week 2 where it outlines all of the books for the week, all of the activities, so that you can plan efficiently. Again, the planning page is going to be right in the bottom of this video. If you get a chance, share, subscribe. Thanks for coming along for this first week. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Kick back, do something fun for yourself, because mommy camp can be exhausting. Until next week, have a good one.